Now, Steve from England is doing something that is super important to me. I know people who have been following this closely have heard me say this. He not only presented an argument to me, he also presented a solution. And that is so, so, so important. And so with that, I'm going to go ahead and bring Steve on. Steve, how are you today?
Hi, Will. I went to bed with my phone, with my phone next to me every night.
On that specific day, you weren't crying about it because you didn't know what specific day. I'm
not crying about it, McToon, please.
So then,
Will didn't phone me.
When he did try to call you and you didn't answer, why not?
That's not true.
Oh, Will, did you try to call him the next night?
Yeah, my phone number was blocked.
Oh.
That's, I can't believe that you're saying that. The final experiment, so is that 6 or is that a 9? So we need the context. So if you show the next slide, Will. Right, so now, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, the 6 is missing. We've been given the context. Okay, so now we can say for definite that it's not a 9. So context is key. Context is key. So let's now get into the meat of the final experiment. In this video, we're going to be looking at the epic fail that is the final experiment.
This is the 24-hour sun in Antarctica.
We'll be looking at body language. We'll be looking at admissions that have been made, including a massive one of Jeren sneaking into one of his on-site videos that the sun sets.
The sun will dip down right here. It doesn't go behind that mountain. Goes right above it, comes over here, gets back up high in the north, and then sets. A lot of people were saying something about this isn't.
And then he says it goes down, but it doesn't go behind the mountain, and then it starts to head north. That's what he says in the video.
No, he doesn't, Will. And just wait till you play it back. And I'm so glad this has come out because this is going to cause an absolute flipping SH1T storm. I'm not lying. He said it. You haven't been able to play it back because it's not been buffered properly. He says it.
The sun will dip down right here. It doesn't go behind that mountain. Goes right above it, comes over here, gets back up high in the north, and then sets. A lot of people were saying something about this isn't.
I'm not hearing what you're hearing.
Because it's buffering, Will. Come on.
Doesn't go behind that mountain. Goes right above it, comes over here, gets back up high in the north, and then sets. A lot of people were saying something.
You said it sets, my friend.
Let me hear it again. Because
you might have said since.
Well, can I just ask you, Jeren, why did you say that it sets?
I don't know. I don't even. That's what I said. I'd have to listen to. I don't know if I was just kind of rambling off there.
I'm going to jump in here, guys. People have been sending me messages.
Not looking good, bruv.
Sure, he said since, not sets.
I don't think so.
Jeren said, since a lot of people are saying this wasn't near Union Glacier. He said since, not sets.
Doesn't go behind that mountain. Goes right above it, comes over here, gets back up high in the north, and then sets. A lot of people were saying something about.
Jeren, you left your lemon when you said the sun sets. Dave McKeegan.
Mac for $1.99. Sign an affidavit. You are seeing a 24-hour sun. Well, yeah, I would say I've definitely seen a 24-hour sun, and I've got several cameras here that would also agree that I've seen a 24-hour. Well, I certainly think I've seen a 24-hour sun.
Oh, why didn't you say so?
I certainly think I've seen a 24-hour sun. I could be dreaming at this point.
Now, always remember, when we're looking for lies or deception, we're looking for a cluster of behaviors. There isn't a single symptom on this planet that a behavior analyst or an interrogator is going to look at and go, oh, the person's lying because they did this one thing. But in reality, we have to observe multiple things happening at the same time, and that raises our confidence that deception is taking place.
Start the clock.
So what does the arm cross mean? When you see somebody with their arms crossed, this is a negative defensive gesture. And they're in defense mode. They're either seeing something or they're hearing something that they disapprove of, and they're protecting themselves from it.
If something doesn't just pop out of the blue and all of a sudden the sun sets or something, when we claim that there was no sun, or 24-hour sun.
And I thought that there was no 24-hour sun. In fact, I was pretty sure of it. But I respect Will Duffy for being a stand-up guy, at least in the way that he kept saying it was true. I kept saying it wasn't.
Historically, this means somebody is protecting their vital organs.
I respect Will Duffy for being a stand-up guy, at least in the way that he kept saying it was true. I kept saying it wasn't. He said, "Do you want to go? I'll take it."
Giving themselves a self-soothing gesture, bit of a self-hug.
What does it mean? You have to figure it out. You know, to me, it means that the AE map no longer works. But that doesn't mean that I'm right.
Less is more. When you over-explain, it's because you have this fear that they're not going to believe you. So you give more detail in hopes that they believe that you're telling the truth or believe you know what you're talking about.
It means that it could work. You'll have to figure out how, because I've tried and I struggle with it. The other thing is a 24-hour moon.
But the more words you use, the less believable you sound. The more words it takes to tell the truth, the farther it looks from it.
So obviously we're documenting it. But yeah, I said what I feel about this the whole time. Truth doesn't fear investigation. I think that we're truly trying to figure out the truth. Obviously, some people think that what we were told is the truth. I don't think that, but I do think that people need to be honest and humble and be like, whoa, we were wrong. If something doesn't just pop out of the blue and all of a sudden the sun sets or something, when we claim that there was no sun or 24-hour sun. So yeah, and I know a lot of people want to know what my take is in terms of how does it work and stuff. And I will, like a quick teaser, I've seen a physical demonstration that could show this working. But I do think that some of the data we're going to have from this trip may help to clarify if that is actually what's happening. But anyway, long story short, they kind of covered the trip. It's like incredible and beautiful. And when you fly into here, it's just like...
So when you give more detail, you're not preventing misunderstanding. You're ensuring it.
Well, can I just ask you, Jared, why did you say that it sets?
I don't know. That's what I said. I'd have to listen to it. I don't know if I was just kind of rambling off there.
I'm going to jump in here, guys. People have been sending me messages.
Exactly that. Pull the plug quickly.